In the last episode of your 5-minute author notes, I was speaking about using stories in your book, regardless of the kind of book that it is. But today I want to sound a cautionary note. Unless you're writing a memoir, which is essentially all story, any stories that you use in your book can't be told just for the sake of telling them. Each story must illustrate a point, and it must tie in to whatever you're saying at that particular point in the book. Otherwise, it's just extraneous and just wastes the reader's time. Have you ever been at a wedding and heard the best man start his speech with some random joke that he thought was funny, but had nothing to do with the wedding or the couple? And most people in the crowd, among the guests, are thinking, well, yeah, so what? It would have been much better if he'd started with just a nice personal story about the couple. And it's even worse in business. I've heard many presentations, and I'm sure you have too, where the presenter seemed not to have any idea how to start, so they just told a joke. And the people in the audience are left trying to make a connection between the joke and the subject of the presentation. And of course, there isn't one. The same thing applies with your book. Give a lot of thought to each story and why you're using it in that particular place in the book. Here's a good format that you can use to make sure your stories are effective. And there's 2 versions of it. The first one is story, point, application. The alternative is point, story, application. The application in each case is how the reader can use the point that's illustrated by the story in his or her situation. Using this formula will help you make sure that your stories not only are entertaining and help your reader understand, but also move the book forward and not just fill up space.